For over 100 years, the Bank of Moundville has been a name clients can trust. The Bank of Moundville is more than just a bank. They're your neighbors, your friends, and your community partners. Their unique approach to financial education has always centered around families. They believe that financially strong homes today lay the foundation for a brighter futures for tomorrow's generation. You can call them today at 205-371-2227. Once again, that is 371-2227 to schedule an appointment to build your financial security. The Bank of Moundville is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. How would you like to live where you love in the state of Alabama? Whether it is you're upsizing, downsizing, retiring at the beach, or relocating for your job, then you are going to want to contact Celeste Hagler, owner of First Class Real Estate South Home Group, with brokers in Tuscaloosa, Orange Beach, and Huntsville. They can help you with the buying, selling, and investment needs throughout the state of Alabama. You can contact Celeste at 205-861-5698. Once again, that is 205-861-5698, and schedule a consultation to discuss your real estate goals anywhere across the state of Alabama. Jeff Bagwell of Honey Hole Fisheries right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama is a professional biologist who specializes in lake management. If you are interested in helping build the pond or lake of your dreams, or if you need help deciding if property you own is a good location to build a pond, you can contact Jeff Bagwell at 205-799-0192. Once again, that is Jeff Bagwell and Honey Hole Fisheries at 205-799-0192. Contact him today and let him help you build the lake or pond of your dreams, or also stock your pond or lake with fish that you most desperately need. Heath, can you believe it? The always doormat of the Big Ten Conference, the Indiana Hoosiers, are your national champions of college football. Congratulations to Kurt Signetti and Fernando Mendoza on winning the national championship last night. And man, I gotta tell you, it was refreshing to see a new team and new blood in the national championship game. And major congratulations to Indiana on their incredible run of 3-9 to 11-2 and now 16-0 and your national champions.
Yeah, you get like half my head. Like I could lean this way around the graphic.
I had to put that up there, man. I mean, that is incredible.
It is
What
incredible.
what a run, man.
Well, you know what? Let's think. Mississippi State, because they could have hired Kurt Signetti. They decided to go with Jeff Lebby, and Indiana took Signetti. And I'll say this: if Kurt Signetti went to Mississippi State, he would not
Yeah.
have won a national title.
Yeah.
Um, they would have probably been in better shape than what they are now.
Yes.
But Indiana spent some money, and then it spent a lot of money. But Mississippi State was so far behind on NIL, so
Right.
far behind on NIL, and so yeah, that's the difference that we're seeing. But I'm with you, Stephen. I was going to smile if Miami won that game last night because I was like, the U is back. It's so important to that community down there.
Yes.
Where Memphis is a basketball city. St. Louis is a baseball city.
Yeah.
Green Bay is a football city. San Diego is a baseball city. You could just go around to different places and different parts. North Carolina, the state of Kentucky, those are basketball states.
Yeah.
But when you come to Miami and the Miami area,
it's all about this.
From Tampa, Daytona, south, it is all about Miami. And it's so huge for those communities down there in South Florida. So, I would have smiled for them and as they celebrate that. But how could you not pull for Indiana?
And dude, let me also say this to your point. Carson Beck, the one thing he could not do was turn the ball over, and in crunch situation, man, he threw that costly pick. He underthrew the route, and miscommunication with his wide receiver.
I think it's miscommunication on the receiver's part.
But
he underthrew the route at all.
He underthrew it as well.
No, he didn't underthrow it. The receiver ran the wrong route. And that's what happened. If the receiver ran the right route and they were on the same page, could have been completed, it could have been incompleted, but he didn't even go the right way because, as Lee Corso says, he zigged when he should have zagged. And man, yeah, that was. But you know what? I don't put that on Carson Beck. I don't put that on Carson Beck at all. But that happens to everybody in the NFL.
Yes.
I mean, you see it all the time. You see it in college. You see it in the NFL. It was just one of those things. Oh, look at there, Steven. You're getting birthday wishes. You get your little birthday thing. Oh, you got a birthday sticker on?
I do. Yep, right there. A metal sticker. It's my birthday, man.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
We should get some party favors. We should have got you a little hat, one of those little, what do you call those little things that roll out? And
I don't know, but I do have this. See the birthday banner back up there?
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm 38 today, man. I can't believe it. I'm getting older.
21. You're 21, Steven.
Yep. All right.
21, and you're going to have a big glass of chocolate milk after the show.
That is correct, man. All right. So, Heath, let's go ahead because we got started a little bit late. Let's go ahead and start the show, the real show, and then we'll come back and talk with the other things of the National Day of Today and the national history of today. There we go. There we go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. There we go. All right. So I'm going to run an ad from one of our wonderful sponsors, and then we will get to our special guest, which is Chris Lee of Southeastern 16, to talk a little hardwood of college basketball.
And I'm going to finish my bagel.
Okay. You do that.
I will.
It's a new year, and now is the best time to review your insurance policies. With a helpful customer service team here to serve you in Alabama and over in Mississippi. For all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs, call the Jeff Nee Agency of Alpha Insurance to create a customized plan to protect your family's home and autos. You can stop by his office at 3428 McFarland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or simply call 205-462-8192, or call the number on your screen right there. And remember, with Alpha Insurance, the more you protect it, the more you save. Reach out to the Jeff Nee Agency of Alpha today for all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Just like we talked about, Indiana, your national champions of college football. Now college football season is over, and we are going to transition into another sport that is red hot right now, and that is college basketball, and especially the SEC, as we have huge games tonight. We have matchups tomorrow night, and of course on Saturday. Tonight, we actually have a couple of good games, including LSU and Florida, as well as a top 20 matchup of Vanderbilt going to Arkansas, and then we have Auburn taking on Ole Miss. We are going to be doing a deep dive into tonight's action, tomorrow's action, and Saturday's action with Chris Lee of Southeastern 16 on this edition of the Stingray Show as we turn the page to college basketball that is really heating up right now in the world of the SEC.
Hi, this is Tim Brando with a reminder. Look out, you're about to feel the buzz of Stingray.
This is Stephen Ray, a.k.a. Stingray, coming to you live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I'm Heath Hopkins. I'm here in DeSoto County, Mississippi, right outside of Memphis, Tennessee.
You know, Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you feel that responsibility to pay it forward and give some kid a chance coming up in the ranks, kind of like Tony did for you?
Why do you think I'm talking to Stingray tonight?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, look, no.
Hey, Stingray, Here's the deal. When you get involved with Texas, it's like getting married to a stripper. and let me explain this. It looks good. It's kind of sexy on the surface. Yeah. But then you get the baggage, you get the drama, you get all that eventually comes with it. And that's what you get with Texas, and that's what the Big 12 learned.
And Heath, any thoughts on our show moving forward?
Hey, with the Stingray Show, if you don't like it, you better learn to love it, because it's the best show going today, baby. Woo!
And with that, we want to welcome you inside the show and the real show of the Stingray Show. And Heath, we had to scrap the pre-show because we got to get to our guest. So we had a shorter pre-show today. And Heath, a couple of weeks ago, we were sitting here with the Vanderbilt Commodores atop the SEC basketball standings. But Vanderbilt has lost 2 of its last 3, so now we have some new leaders atop of the SEC in basketball. We have Texas A&M and Florida right up there tied at number 1. Then, oddly enough, we've got the Ole Miss Rebels, followed by Vanderbilt, Georgia, Alabama, and Arkansas atop the SEC basketball standings.
Yeah, you know, SEC basketball just getting started. A lot of people don't pay attention to SEC basketball until the completion of college football season, even if the SEC's in it or not. So now they will check in on their team, but they couldn't tell you the rankings and this and that. And now they'll start taking it serious. Like, oh, we've got to go, 12-8 to finish out to even have a chance to be on the bubble, or, oh man, we got to win 14 SEC games. That's not going to happen. So. Yeah, we're at that point now where we start counting games. We're looking at Kim Palm, RPI, strength of schedule, all the craziness, the remaining teams on the schedule, all that kind of fun stuff. So,
Heath,
welcome to basketball.
Heath, today is January the 20th, and for those of you that are just now focusing in on college basketball, the SEC season runs now through March the 7th. So we've got a long way to go in determining who wins the regular season of the SEC before we get to the SEC basketball tournament.
Steven, do you know what happens on March 8th?
No.
We go back to normal. The sun will start setting later. We lose an hour of sleep. It'll start getting warmer. So, all you weird folks that say, I love winter, I love you. We all think less of you. We think you should have your brain checked.
Yeah.
And we like sunshine and warm weather and fun, where you like being miserable and everybody else being miserable. And I like wearing my flannel pajamas. Turn your air conditioner up during the summer. You wear your flannel pajamas year round. So with that being said, when you said March 7th, I perked up because March 8th, it's coming. I almost count the hours until March 8th. Sorry about that. We'll get back to SEC basketball.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk with our guest this morning, who is covering the SEC basketball and SEC baseball as well. He's got to get off of here at about 8:50 because he has an interview with the Texas A&M baseball coach. Here is our friend from Southeastern 16 to talk a little SEC basketball, Chris Lee, who is also a Vandy 247. Chris, how are things with you right outside of Nashville, Tennessee?
Well, other than being half frozen, it's great.
Yes.
Chris, I was listening to some of your shows earlier this morning. We'll get to that later. Basketball. What are your thoughts on the SEC basketball season so far? Because the SEC is not as strong as it was last year. This time last year, we were talking like, man, we could get like 14 teams in that tournament. This year, how many teams are we getting in right now?
Oh, my guess is probably 8 or 9. I'd have to go back and look. I mean, here's the thing. Whatever answer I give you today is going to change next week and the next week and the next week, just because I just think you see – look, I always think that, like, when we get into February, that's kind of when we really know what a team has, right? Traditionally, I think that's when teams get figured out or not figured out. You saw it with Auburn last year. Auburn ran through everybody like a steamroller until maybe some – injuries happen and whatever, but I think it's even more true now with rosters being more transfer portal heavy. So it's just hard to say until we get to that point where we're maybe halfway through the season and we have a really good idea about what everybody has. Maybe not just what they have, but what other teams are able to do to figure them out and expose weaknesses is a better way to say it.
And Chris, case in point to that, everybody had written off
Arkansas.
Ole Miss.
Oh,
Ole Miss going into this SEC season. Oh, they missed out on the transfer portal. They got a bad class. And what has Ole Miss done the last 2 weekends, or the last 2 games? They beat Georgia at the buzzer, and then they go to Starkville and knock off Mississippi State, and now that has put them 3rd in the standings in the SEC with a conference record of 3-2.
Yeah, and where I thought you were heading was Arkansas last year after Arkansas started 1-6 and everybody wrote them off. But It's a lesson, like if you have talent, maybe you have a chance unless you buried yourselves. I had this discussion with my colleagues at Southeastern 16 about Texas. A week or 2 ago. And
bless you.
Nice.
Excuse me. Exactly. I said, hey, look, are we writing Texas off too soon? You got some good players. You got Tremont Mark, a lot of other good, Dalen Swain, Kendall Weaver, a lot of guys that are either really good players or good role players. And you got Sean Miller, who, a few years ago before the FBI stuff was one of the hottest commodities in coaching.
Yes.
And it's like, well, they haven't beaten anybody. They haven't played well. I said, okay, well, I can tell that too. But I also know these guys have had a history of playing better, and Texas has played better since. Ole Miss, I think the same thing. We might not know the names as well, but A.J. Storr started to play better for them. He's a guy that's had some good seasons other places. So, yeah, I do think that, now Ole Miss did a lot of damage. I think they were 8-7 at one point. So you've got to win a lot of games to dig out of that hole.
Yes.
But it's a good team. It's a good coach. And I just think watch out for teams like that.
Chris, before we let you go, I want you to start thinking about this. We're all wearing black, so think of your favorite Johnny Cash song. I'll ask you that before you leave the show today. But the question I want to ask is, and I'm going to have fun here, the sensible Kentucky fans, we know there's not that many when it comes to basketball, the sensible basketball Kentucky fans, are they kind of seeing the writing on the wall like, maybe we were a little too short with John Calipari?
Yep.
I mean, this is crazy to see what's going on. And I'll say this. I think Coach Cal got in a little bit of a rut there in Lexington. I think a fresh start helped him. It's definitely helped Arkansas. But talk about the Razorbacks right now. Last year they started off 1-6. It's not as bad this year. I see so much upside to this Arkansas team. Tell me what you see with Coach Cal and the Razorbacks.
Yeah, they do have all those things. They've also kind of got some of the traits that have been an issue with Cal's teams, even latter years at Kentucky, which is consistency. Sometimes you look out, and they're like, that's a Final Four team, and sometimes they're just kind of more ordinary. So I think they're very talented. Are they finding consistency, I think, like probably Arkansas's fan base wants, probably not.
Right.
But again, it's a long season, and you remember when Cal had the Razorbacks peaking a year ago. Could it go down that way again? Yeah, maybe so. They've got some very talented players, and Darius Acuff, their freshman point guard, and Trevon Brazile, who's looked great at times and is healthier. So I think they've got the pieces to go a long way, but just putting it together with any consistency for the course of a season has been the issue.
The other side of that coin, the Wildcats, what's going on?
Well, I mean, they won 2 games, in the last seconds. That's helped for sure. They've shot the ball a lot better. I just kind of written them off as a team that just could not shoot the 3 at all. They were miserable. They've shot the ball better. That's helped a lot. They really, even before the shooting came, they'd started to defend better. And you see them at times get buckets in transition, which when you can't shoot is a good way to get buckets, because an uncontested layup or dunk on the other end is a pretty easy way to score. So I think it's a lot of things. I'm still not confident that they're a great shooting team. I think the last few games they've overachieved a little bit, but at least they found a formula to kind of get them there with defense in transition until that started, which is helping them some too.
So, Chris, I do want to ask you, because the team that Arkansas plays tonight, the Vanderbilt Commodores, you cover Vanderbilt exclusively for Vanderbilt 247. Give us your thoughts on Vanderbilt and the 2 losses that they've had here recently, because they got up to 16-0, I believe it was, and then have lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, they win 14 of the first 16. They weren't playing a lot of Michigans and Gonzagas, but they were playing some good teams that you'll probably see in the tournament, like St. Mary's and VCU, and not just winning those games, but winning them handily. 14 of their first 16 wins were double digits. And I think the thing that was impressive is they just didn't really hit a lot of stretches of basketball where they just looked mediocre.
Right.
You know, they played Central Arkansas and Memphis and did not play well back-to-back in those games, but even so, won an overtime game at Memphis. And I think once they got past that, they started playing better. I think that's the thing. Like, they only trailed for 22 minutes in those 16 games. And then they went to Texas and they trailed, I think, for 34 minutes. Or no, it was I think that's what it was. And just like that team didn't look anything like the team I'd seen. And Texas, as I called it, I thought was due to play better. So just once or twice a year, you have one of those games. You know, Florida had one last year where they lost 20-something points to Tennessee after winning by 30-something the first time. I think every team has one or two of those games. I think last game against Florida, I think you could literally survey all 365 Division I teams and say who is the worst matchup for Vanderbilt, and it's probably Florida. So they got Florida that day. The size is an issue for them. And not only that, but Florida did some stuff that it doesn't normally do. Like, it shot 3-pointers pretty well. It had a kid, and Isaiah Brown, who I think had scored 16 points in 4 games in the SEC. He scores 14. So not only did you catch a team that was a bad matchup, but you caught them on a bad day, and you still had a chance to win the game, you know, in the final 30 seconds or so. So I think, to me, those are important things to remember. One more thing, when they get Frankie Collins back, that's going to help them a ton.
Oh, yeah.
They really miss him.
Now, Chris, tonight on the docket for the SEC basketball, outside of Vanderbilt and Arkansas, we have Florida, LSU, Oklahoma and South Carolina, Georgia at Missouri, and Auburn going to Oxford to take on Ole Miss. Which of those games jump off the page to you, and are you most intrigued to see?
I think the last two are fascinating. Missouri at times plays very well and looks like a team that can not just get to the tournament but win a game or two. Georgia's been very good this season. Offensively, they're fun to watch. They score a lot of points. They've been having some guys. I think the Wilkinson kid has been banged up at times. That slowed them down a bit. I think that game being in Columbia makes it a little bit more interesting because I think that's Georgia's better. But so I'm watching that one. And I think Auburn Ole Miss is fascinating because Auburn has been really up and down.
Yeah.
The good has been really good. The bad has been very bad. Ole Miss is starting to find maybe a different level where it's playing better and more consistently. I think that game being – well, I think either place that game would be is interesting. But I think those are the two far and away that I'm most interested in tonight if you take Vanderbilt and Arkansas out of the equation.
Okay.
Chris, I think I can answer this for everybody. The team that started off slow in the SEC, but's kind of turned it on and kind of impressed everybody in the first couple of weeks of SEC play would be Ole Miss. You can throw in another team, but what's one team that had a great non-conference and has just gone the opposite way? It started off really bad in SEC play, but we should keep an eye on them because they could be a factor here toward the end.
I'm going to pull up the list of teams just because I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. To be honest, nobody fits that exact description that I can think of. So the question was a team that started – that had a great non-conference and maybe is
might have played some weaker teams, might have had a really soft schedule, gotten the SEC play, and we're like, yeah, they're not that good.
Well, I've got a little bit of an in-between answer for you, and I think it's LSU.
Okay.
Because LSU was 12-1 at one point going into the conference, lost its first 4, had gone up to 41 in KenPom, and really hasn't fallen off that much since then. It's 44 heading into the Florida game tonight in the O'Connell Center. Now, the reason I said it's a little different, Deaton Thomas, their point guard, who's far and away their best player, has not played any in the SEC, I think. He might have played the opener, but I don't think he did. He did not indeed. So he's missed 5 straight games. LSU's a much different team without him and has been, I would say, at least competitive in games. Lost that game to Kentucky at the buzzer, lost a 3-point game to A&M on the road to open the season. So I think that's one to watch. When Deaton Thomas comes back, and I'm not sure when that's going to be, if they don't get buried with all the losses, LSU is one of those teams that played very well. And then when they lost him, and again, he's hands down their best player, it's been a little different. But that's a team that could beat some teams down the stretch if it's still bought in and healthy.
Okay.
Chris, 2 questions left. I'm going to group them together. Tomorrow night, which is Wednesday, we've got Texas, Kentucky, and Mississippi State versus Texas A&M. Alabama is off this midweek this week. And then, of course, we have a full slate on Saturday. Give us a couple of your predictions for Wednesday night, which is tomorrow, and then which game on Saturday are you most looking forward to?
I think Texas at Kentucky is interesting wherever. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more interesting in Austin potentially, but I think that's a great one to watch. Mississippi State and A&M would be a little bit more interested in that if that were in Starkville rather than A&M. A&M's playing very well, and Bucky Millen has got an identity they bought into. State can be pesky at times, as Texas found out in the opener. Other times it's not looked very good, like this weekend. And, of course, very dependent on Josh Hubbard, who's hard to stop. I think this weekend, Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Rupp is interesting. Anything could happen there. Georgia, Texas, and the Moody Center, same thing. I don't like Auburn's chances in the O'Connell Center. Don't really like Carolina's going to A&M. Right. Tennessee and Alabama in Coleman is potentially interesting. If Tennessee shoots the ball a little bit, Alabama's just been so uneven and can't get healthy. But I like the Tide there. And LSU going to Arkansas. Would love that if it were a Deaton Thomas game, but it's not. So I don't think it's the best slate of games we've had. But there are some that are, I think, definitely worth watching.
Chris, I know you've got to get out of here at 8:50. We are going to let you go and interview the head coach of Texas A&M baseball. Have a wonderful day out there. Enjoy covering college basketball and enjoy that interview for us. And we are so close to SEC baseball and college baseball beginning. Have a great day, and we will catch up with you next week, okay?
Hey, thank you so much, and happy birthday, Steven.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, Chris, what's your favorite Johnny Cash song?
Oh, Ring of Fire.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And if I had to give you 3 guesses of who's going to win SEC baseball this year, regular season, who are you going with?
LSU. This one might surprise you. Auburn.
Yeah.
And gosh, I've got to dive into my research on the Texas teams in Florida. Texas would be up there. Mississippi State's in the conversation. I would like to see some of their pitching depth deeper, be a little better in terms of just not putting guys on base. But I mean, State would definitely be in that conversation. Arkansas might, depending on the rest of its pitching staff. I think, to be honest, guys, LSU to me is the clear favorite. And after that, there's maybe 7 or 8 teams that you could argue in that picture of who comes next.
What? LSU's good in baseball? When did that happen?
Yeah, who knows? who saw that coming?
Right.
Thank you, Chris. Have a great day, and we will let you get to your interview in college baseball.
Thank you. You guys too.
Yes.
See you, Chris.
All right, Heath, that was awesome. And go ahead and give me your favorite Johnny Cash song, and then I will give you mine.
Oh, boy. There's so many because I am a massive Johnny Cash fan. But I think the one that's coming to mind right now is just because I randomly sing it time to time, and I've been singing it this morning. I've Been Everywhere.
Yes.
I love that song. Love I've Been Everywhere by Johnny Cash. What about you?
You know where I'm going with this, man. You know where I'm going with this.
I think I do.
What do you think?
I think you're going to incarcerate yourself in the Starkville City Jail.
I got it one piece at a time.
Oh, really?
Me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town.
I thought you were going to go Starkville City Jail.
No, one piece at a time. Red Rider, well, it's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57 automobile.
Steven can count. We're proud of you, buddy.
Oh,
just real quick, Steven, before we get going, throw out some Johnny Cash songs that you love.
Ring of Fire, A Boy Named Sue, One Piece at a Time, and I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about Hurt, When the Man Comes Around. I was thinking about A Boy Named Sue. Jackson. Man, there's just so many. Like, I literally have over 200 Johnny Cash songs on my phone.
I will tell you, the one song that I am so tired of, and I hope that I never hear it again, because I had the opportunity to go to WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta in the old Georgia Dome. That is the one where The Rock hosted it. And that was the first matchup between Triple H and The Undertaker. And I did the WrestleMania pre-show thing there at the Georgia Conference Center. And they blared the Undertaker theme for that year over and over and over again. Oh man, I was so sick of hearing that. Every time Undertaker would walk to the ring that year, it was, "Ain't no grave can hold my body down." I am so tired of that song, man. I cringe every time I hear that. I'm just like, not again.
I will say this: WWE can overplay so many things. They really can. Hey, Steven, one thing I want to throw out to everybody. I'll show it. Hang on. Whoop, there we go. Oh, hang on. I messed it up there. There we go. If you do not have Johnny Cash's Mother's Hymn Book, you're doing Sunday mornings wrong while you're getting ready for church. Like, that is, I cannot tell you, you could just listen to that on a random Tuesday driving down the road. Well, today's Tuesday. A random Thursday driving down the road. uh, and you'll start singing every song to that album. And it's just Johnny and his guitar. There's nothing else. But check out Mother's Hymn Book if you get a chance. That is one of the absolute greatest albums of just a beautiful album from start to finish.
Yes.
And you will sing it over and over, and you never get tired of it. It's wonderful. It really is.
Heath, let me also throw this up there. Thank you, John, from Harker Heights, Texas, for the birthday wish. He says good morning. And then our other friend, John, who is a Mississippi State alum and booster, he also says happy birthday to me. So thank you guys for that. And go ahead and give us in the comments what Heath said right there. What is your favorite Johnny Cash song?
Man, I tell you, I've got a trillion things to do today, and I got to replace a doorknob, but I really don't want to do it because it's like an exterior door. I'm looking at it right now. I might just procrastinate that. Don't tell my wife. I might procrastinate that until it gets a little bit warmer, and there ain't no warm days in sight, Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, I asked you yesterday on the show, why don't you bring some warmer days? And now snow's coming. I'm blaming you for this.
Yes.
You're a meteorologist. You can control the weather. What are you doing?
I don't control the weather. We do not
Yes,
control the weather.
Yes, you do, birthday boy.
No. All right. Heath, let's get to the National Day of Today and the National History of Today to finish up the Stingray Show. Today is National Cheese Lovers Day.
You know what, man? People who love cheese, like they are big time into cheese. I have learned that. You a big cheese lover?
Yeah.
There you go. John's chimed in. Ring of Fire. Oh, wow. Look at there. Thank you, John.
That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing that. But no, cheese lovers, man. They like go overboard with their cheese. Like my wife will talk about, oh, they should have used so-and-so, or they should have done this, or I'm like, well, I thought it tasted fine. Like cheese lovers, they have a very defined palate. They can really, really go in detail about things.
What is your favorite cheese?
I would have to say mozzarella.
Yeah.
I think you could put mozzarella on anything. I really do feel that way. I love some mozzarella. I mean, put it on burger, you can put it on toast, you can put it on pizza, you can put it. I'm a mozzarella guy.
Dude, I'm spicy all the way. I love pepper jack.
Nothing wrong with that. Pepper jack's easily in my top 3.
Yes, I love pepper jack, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, you ever had the Edam cheese at Mississippi State?
Yes.
Are you a fan?
Yeah, I have to be in the mood for it.
That's fair. That's very fair. I just don't like. Again, I don't hate on
really
cheese.
Strong. I mean, it is really strong. So you got to be in the mood for it.
I just don't understand, and that's okay. I don't have to understand. But cheese lovers, they're like so in detailed about their cheese. I'm just like, throw something on there, let it melt. It's good.
All right. It is also National Butter Crunch Day.
Butter Crunch?
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
I don't know nothing about but what is Butter Crunch?
I have no idea, but I'm about to do it.
Yeah.
Butter Crunch is a combination of toffee covered with chocolate. It has a crunchy texture with a caramel flavor.
I'd try it. I'm not against it.
All right, let me see where it comes from. It does not say. Does not say where it comes from. And it is also Heath National Disc Jockey Day.
Wow. All right, Stephen, you turned 38 today. Who was your favorite MTV VJ video jockey?
I never watched it.
You might be a little too young for that one.
I never watched MTV.
What?
No.
Yeah, the funny thing is everyone keeps saying MTV's dead and it went off air. It didn't go off air. It went off analog. Like you can't get it on cable anymore. But if you're streaming, you can still get MTV. Like I still have it. They still do all their shows and everything. Why do we got to play like 24 hours of ridiculousness? Don't get me wrong. We've all watched it. We all like it. But what are we doing? Why is it 24 hours of ridiculousness? I don't understand that.
All right, Heath, can you tell me now? January the 20th is known as a presidential inauguration day. However, this changed from March the 4th on January the 20th of 1937. That was the first presidential inauguration day that was held on January the 20th. Before that, it was March the 4th.
Wow. There's a reason why they changed it. You think they would do it in a little bit warmer weather.
Yes.
But wow. I remember last year, don't worry, we're not going to get into politics. So no, I don't care who you voted for. And I got a feeling you don't care who I voted for either.
Yeah,
And you know
right.
what? We could all don't care together.
Yes.
But I remember they were saying it was so cold last year for the inauguration that Reagan and Trump, both their second terms, are the only ones held inside. I think that was right.
Yeah.
Than being outside because it was so bitterly cold.
Yes.
I was like, wow, that's insane. And I remember sitting there thinking, I'm like, why do we wait so long to do that anyway? Like, why are we doing it so early is what I'm trying to say, not so long. Why are we trying to rush that? Why don't we just extend it out? So obviously we changed it. What did you say, March 4th?
Yeah, it was March 4th, and now it is officially January the 20th.
There's a reason for that. It might be a bookkeeping reason back in the day. That's something silly that, we don't even know anything about. But yeah, there's a reason why they did that. Why? I have no earthly idea.
All right, Heath, can you tell me who was sworn in as president this day in 1945 for an unprecedented and never to be repeated fourth term as U.S. president?
I believe I do know the answer to this. It's one Harry S. Truman.
FDR.
Ah! Truman was before FDR, wasn't he? Gosh, dog.
No, after.
Was he after? Okay.
It was after, yep. Because in 1949, the first inaugural parade is televised for Harry Truman and watched by over 10 million people.
Oh, wow. Stephen, the other day, it was Friday. Of my 4 kids, I take 2 of them to school. I take the boys to school. Why is the boys? I don't know. My oldest drives herself to school. Our third child, our daughter, she wants to go with her mom to school. And so I get the boys ready in the morning and I take them to school. But I was driving back on Friday. I was listening to a local radio station, 98.1 The Max here in Memphis, Tennessee, Danny and Country Corey. And they had a contest. And it was David Lee Roth tickets. And I'm a huge Van Halen fan. I wanted to see it. And I got 5 questions. And one was a presidential question, and I didn't know it. So I'm going to throw this one out at you. And you probably saw my post, so you probably know the answer to it. And that's okay. You can pretend to be the smart guy because I didn't know the answer. But who was president from 1953 to 1961?
FDR?
No.
Who?
It was Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Right.
I didn't know either. Here, I'll ask you my other questions. See if you're smarter than Country Corey. But I'm not giving you my David Lee Roth tickets if you know more of these than me. What was Walter Payton's jersey number?
I have no idea.
All right. What is the capital of France?
Paris?
Correct. And then, who was president from 53 to 61? We already said Eisenhower. What is Eleven's favorite food in the show Stranger Things?
Oh, never watched that. No clue.
And last one, what city did Van Halen become a band in?
Oh my gosh. I had no idea.
All right, so you went 1 for 5. I went 3 for 5.
Right.
So I missed the Eisenhower question, and I had watched Stranger Things with my wife. I knew 11 likes things, and I knew it was in the frozen food because she went and shoplifted from a store in an earlier season, but I couldn't remember what it was. Eggo Waffles. Eggo Waffles was her favorite. So, yeah, but for you Van Halen fans or haters out there, I don't think there's any haters of Van Halen. Pasadena, California, man. That's
Right.
where Van Halen started, where the Rose Bowl is.
All
So
right.
there you go.
Heath, can you tell me what happened in weather on January the 20th of 1954?
All right. What state did it happen in? Or was it kind of a nationwide or region-wide thing?
Montana.
Montana weather in January, you're going to have to guess it was snow and a crazy, like, blizzard snowstorm. They had a record high of 74 degrees. I have no idea.
Rogers Pass, Montana dipped to the lowest recorded temperature in the continental United States of negative 70 degrees.
Jeez freaking Louise. Oh, my dear Lord. Hey, have you ever heard the late Pat Summerall that did the football games with John Madden all those years? Did you ever hear the late Pat Summerall talk about, he did the Ice Bowl with Green Bay. You ever heard him tell his coffee story?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took a sip of coffee there in the press box. He said it was so hot, and he put it on the windowsill to cool. And he said he went to go pick it up about 20 seconds later, not 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Picked it up. It was frozen solid. And I want to say the wind chill that day was like negative 17, not 70.
Right.
Negative 17, negative 20, whatever it was. But just imagine about negative 70. Like, dude, that's not funny. That's not cool. That's like,
Dangerous.
I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Yeah. All right. Heath, can you tell me what game show makes its first and only broadcast on January the 20th of 1961, and it was so bad they canned it after one episode?
Jeez. Is it a board game?
No.
Hide and go seek. I have no idea.
You're in the Picture. Jackie Gleason's TV game show makes its first and only broadcast. It was so bad. The following week, instead of airing another episode, Gleason spent a half an hour apologizing for how bad it really was. The show consisted of 4 celebrity contestants who would stick their faces through the holes of a large picture and try to guess what it was by asking Gleason questions.
Wow, this sounds like Jay and Silent Bob came up with this idea.
What kind of reefer were you smoking, man? I mean, come on.
Seriously.
God.
There had to be drugs by somebody where they're like, oh, this is going to be the greatest show ever. Let's try this. We'll take some celebrities and they'll stick their head through a hole.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
All right. We've
know.
got a couple more. Can you tell me what major recording was done today by the Byrds in 1965?
I only know one Bird song in its turn, so that's all I'm going to say.
Mr. Tambourine Man.
Oh, I actually know 2 then. Okay. I did not know that.
All right.
Hey, Stephen, I got to ask this real quick.
Okay.
Did you ever watch, you're talking about bad shows. Like, I don't even know why this show exists. But do you watch Masked Singer?
I've seen it. I don't watch it every week, but I've seen it.
My wife watches it sometimes. I don't think she's watched it in a while. I think that is the absolute worst show ever.
Yeah.
And the only reason I don't like it, it's because like the celebrity panel that's like trying to guess who it is. They purposely say like these crazy stars that would never be on there. Like, that voice sounds so familiar. I think it's like Tom Cruise or something. It's got to be Tom Cruise. I'm like, Tom Cruise ain't going to wear some frog-headed mask and come out and sing a Jackson 5 song. I'm sorry. Like, that's
Yeah.
never going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and then like the next person comes out, they're like, oh, look at the peacock. It's so pretty. And, oh, did you hear her voice? It must be like Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton, 80 years old. She ain't going to wear no peacock thing.
No.
You think Dolly made a living by wearing a peacock? Like, I get so mad at the celebrity panel with their like outrageous, you know, oh, I think that's President Clinton under there. I've always heard he has a good – President Clinton ain't coming out there to sing.
No.
What do you know? I think that's Snoop Dogg. Are you kidding me? You think Snoop Dogg's going to take time of his day to come do some stupid show wearing a rhino hat or something? Like, come on, man. I'm sorry. I just think it's the stupidest show ever.
Can you tell me what major film debuted on January the 20th of 1968, and for the time, it sent shockwaves through everybody in the country?
68?
Yes.
TV show.
No, film.
Film. 68
and
film.
I will give you a hint. It was directed by Arthur Penn.
That doesn't help me. The first thing that comes to mind is Easy Rider. Nope. All right. So a shocking film in 68. It was a Western.
No. But it had to do with guns.
I don't.
All right. You mean to tell you the actor and actress?
It was a film?
Yes.
Was it Bonnie and Clyde?
Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. The film Bonnie and Clyde premieres in Paris, France, with both of them in attendance. Now, I'm going to tell you what. My mother has told me that show, when they got shot up in the bank, when they got shot up, that really messed with her for a while. Because she was a young kid watching that.
You know, why is it that we celebrate some of the bad people? Like, I don't think anyone's going to make a Unabomber film and we're going to love it. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Right.
But you know, like we have like these Jeffrey Dahmer films, and we have like these Ted Bundy films, and we celebrate Bonnie and Clyde and Billy the Kid. And why do we celebrate those guys?
And Heath, you tried to make a romantic show and movie out of Pearl Harbor. Give me a break.
Dude, when Pearl Harbor came out, I thought that movie was so ridiculous. Like, we're not fighting a war in a love triangle here.
No.
Like, dude, I don't know. Like, Steven, you know I'm a big baseball guy. And I like the movie Moneyball. I won't sit here and tell you it's like one of the best baseball movies ever, but I do enjoy it. I like it. I won't hate on it. But David Justice has talked about it. There's a lot of people from the movie, that they're, of course, it's about, some things that happened in real life, and there was a book about it. The book's wonderful, by the way.
Yeah.
I read the book years ago, like in 2002, 2003, whenever that book came out, I read it. But then they made it a movie, and like they were sitting there talking about Billy Bean's daughter never played music. Like, they just completely made that up.
Mm-hmm.
David Justice said like all that stuff was like completely not true of him getting traded there and this and that and all these questions. He's like, are you kidding me? Like, no. And he said like 95% of the movie is just complete garbage and lies.
Right.
And I just started dying laughing. He said, but they had to Hollywood it up to make it special. So Jimmy Buffett told a story in concert one time, and I forgot what author it was. And he said, Jimmy Buffett was making a joke that Disney wanted to buy the Jollymon. He wrote the children's book Jollymon and said, hey, we're thinking about doing a series about this. It might be a show. We could make it a movie or both or all three. And they were talking about it. And he said the very first question was, do you think the Jollymon could be a white guy? He was like, he's Jamaican.
Yes.
And they were like, yeah, but you think he could be a white guy? And he was just like, and so Jimmy just said, he walked out of the meeting. He never did it, left millions on the table.
Right.
But he always said, if you do sell your ideas to Hollywood, the best thing to do is meet out in the desert
Tell them to throw the money over. You throw the transcript over, and you both go your separate ways, and it's never going to be the same again for either side.
Yeah. All right, Heath, we have just a few more things to get to, and then we will sign off. This has been a wonderful show. Now, Heath, I'm going to preface this by saying I hope that I can say this next thing without getting copyrighted or striked on Facebook or YouTube or whatever.
You little rule breaker, you.
This person had to be on something very heavy when he did this at a concert on January the 20th of 1982. Can you tell me what Ozzy Osbourne does at a concert on this day in 1982?
And for the record, Stephen, break all the rules. Today's your birthday, man. Ain't nobody going to stop you on your birthday. So, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a live bat.
On my birthday.
Happy birthday. Hey, he didn't do anything on my birthday, so
yeah.
Feel happy he did something on yours.
Hey, it was in Des Moines, Iowa. The bat was thrown on stage by an audience member, and Osbourne didn't realize it was real. And rumor has it the bat bit him, and he had to be treated for rabies. Imagine that. Idiot. Idiot.
All right. I highly doubt any of our listeners are going to become massive rock stars, but if you do, hey, God bless you. If someone throws something on stage, never assume it's dead or fake, okay? Well, I'll just throw that little PSA out there.
Yeah.
The more you know. And knowing is half the battle. So there you go. If someone throws something up on stage, just go on and assume it's live.
All right. Heath. We had Mr. Tambourine Man released on this day in 1965. Can you tell me what other amazing song was released on this day in 1987?
All right, let me think about this. 1987.
And I do believe it was a one-hit wonder.
I remember Word Up is a big song by Cameo, but I got a feeling that's not it.
No.
Lean on Me was a huge song, but that was Billy Ocean. He had multiple hit songs. I'm going through songs of 87 in my head. I'm in 5th grade, so I can remember some of these songs. Is it rock? I highly doubt it's rap because rap was not getting any airplay.
It is real slow, and it is piano music only.
Is it Floyd Kramer? I mean, piano music only.
Well, it has a pretty big intro to piano.
Now I'm starting to think of Elton John songs just because he played the piano. Yeah, go on, tell me.
Rhino Records releases At This Moment by Billy Vera and the Beaters.
Dude, I don't even remember that song.
What?
I'm sure if I hear it, I would recognize it, but I don't even remember that song.
What did you think I would do at this moment?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember it. Once again, I got Steven sing karaoke on the show again.
I love that song, dude.
That is a fun song. That is a beautiful song.
Yep.
I can say that.
At this moment.
Wow.
All right.
And wow. I did not know who sang that song. I thought it was somebody else.
Billy Vera and the Beaters.
Wow.
Yep.
I wonder what they're doing now. I'm using my free Google Pass of the day.
All right, Heath, we also have one major TV show that was released on this day, and it premiered on AMC in 2008. And Heath, it starred Bryan Cranston. Can you tell me?
I listened to about half of that because I was looking at Billy Vera, but I just did news. Dude, the latest news on him was like October 1st, and yeah, there's nothing. They don't even write about the second piece of news was from 2022.
Right.
Sorry, Billy Vera. So I'm so sorry, Stephen. Ask me again.
What major TV show that starred Bryan Cranston was released in 2008 that premiered on AMC?
Bryan Cranston, 2008.
And I want to say, I've never watched this, but I want to say it is about the mob scene. I think.
I mean, Walking Dead came out roughly around that time, and Better Call Saul. I'm just thinking of shows on AMC. Better Call Saul, and you know what? It's probably Breaking Bad, isn't it?
It was
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
How did I not see that one coming?
It was 5 seasons, 2008, and it was a drama.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm sorry, it was not about the mafia.
Well, the mafia is involved in the
Okay.
Mexican cartel.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, not so much mafia, but more Mexican cartel. But yeah, I'll say this. My wife, Julie, and I, I've said it a trillion times on the show. We got 4 children. And when my wife would get pregnant, we would, at night after dinner, she would sit on the couch. I'd get all the kids kind of ready for bed, and we'd get stuff laid out, clothes and stuff for the next day, get all that stuff ready. And I'd get her on the couch, and we'd start a show. And so she always like, come sit with me. Let's watch a show together. I don't watch much TV.
Right.
But one of our children, when she was pregnant with one of our children, we watched Dexter. Another one was Breaking Bad. So we watched like the entire Breaking Bad when she was pregnant, I think with our 3rd child, Hazel. But yeah, I've seen Breaking Bad. Right. It was a great show. It really was.
All right, Heath, we are not going to end on a bad note, so let's go on ahead and get this out of the way. Can you tell me who died on January the 20th of 2022? He was born in 1947. He was an actor and a singer.
I'm sure I'll remember this.
Famous for the album Bat Out of Hell.
I remember Bat Out of Hell. Who was that? Hang on. Bat Out of Hell. Who was it?
It's a famous food, meatloaf.
Yes.
Meatloaf passed away January the 20th of 2022, and one of my all-time favorite songs is none other than 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad.
Oh, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. Meatloaf. That guy had a voice, man.
Yeah.
Like he could have sang in almost any genre.
Yes.
He had a tremendous voice. Wow, Meatloaf. He always seemed to be a funny guy too. He always kind of did these. I don't even know what to say. Whenever he did like a guest star appearance on a TV show or even a movie, it was kind of this like, I don't want to use the word slapstick, but it was just kind of this tongue in cheek, not that serious, funny role kind of thing. But Meatloaf, man, he didn't have too many. Like he didn't have an overwhelming amount of great songs,
right?
But the songs that he had were just awesome, and that voice, man, I mean, that dude could have sang opera. He really could have.
Yeah.
He had a tremendous voice.
All right, now we go to the birthdays who I share a birthday with. Today is the birthday of Buzz Aldrin,
Get out, really? You and Buzz.
the American astronaut who says he is the second person to walk on the moon, and he credits himself with being the first person to piss his pants on the moon.
Hey,
What?
I'll
What?
say this. Stephen, do you have a story about pissing your pants?
No, I don't. No. No.
No. There is a car dealership and it was around Daytona, somewhere around the Space Coast, Cape
Yeah.
Canaveral, somewhere around there. It was a Chevrolet dealership, and he used to give all the astronauts a free Corvette convertible. Or back then they had T-tops, I think. Well, no, they had convertibles back then. But he would give them a year free lease of that convertible. And this guy was a marketing genius before there was marketing geniuses. And he said, hey, a year from now, come in, I'll give you another one. As long as you're with the space program, I'm going to give you a Corvette.
Right.
And so people would see all these astronauts driving these Corvettes, and they would see on the back where they got it from.
Yeah.
Just like we have the little stickers and little chrome decals and things now. And so people would go there. Here's the thing that he would do, Stephen. A year later, when they would turn it in, well, that there's Buzz Aldrin's Corvette, and would sell it for more than a brand new Corvette.
Wow.
And so they said this guy could not keep Corvettes, and people would come from all over to get Corvettes just from that place. I was like, that guy is a marketing genius.
All right, Heath, 2 more, and then we're done for the day. Can you tell me what is major about DeForest Kelley?
DeForest Kelley? I ain't heard of no DeForest Kelley. I might have. I don't know. Who's DeForest Kelley?
American actor. Kelley was originally offered the role of Spock in the original Star Trek, but he turned it down to play Dr. McCoy in Star Trek.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So he originally was supposed to be Spock, but he turned it down to play Dr. McCoy.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they called Dr. McCoy. I'm not a Star Trek guy.
I'm not either, but I
I
thought that
want to say they called Dr. McCoy Bones. That was his nickname on the show.
that is correct.
All right, now are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Do you know where his character was educated? Bones was educated at the University of Mississippi and went to the Mississippi Med School. Yes, his character, Bones from Star Trek, was a Mississippi guy.
Right.
And graduated from Ole Miss and went down to Jackson, Mississippi, and got his PhD. Not his PhD, but became a medical doctor. And so there, doctor of medicine. So wow, there you go.
All right,
You Ole Miss 365 people.
Heath, we have talked about the Birds. We have talked about Billy Vera and the Beaters at this moment. We have talked about Meatloaf. And we are going to finish up the Stingray show with the birthday of an American rock musician. And he is known for his lyrics with this band.
Yes.
Paul Stanley, who does the vocals on Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day.
You missed a finger there.
I know.
You had 3 fingers up.
I know.
Wow. Kiss, not the greatest musicians in the world, but man, you talk about guys that hype that thing up and send it into the stratosphere of awesomeness and just made what is more American than Kiss? I mean, seriously. Like, let's take a group that's not really that talented and let's just make them like the biggest thing ever. Like, dude, he's now 7, but my 6-year-old knows Kiss songs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how big they are. I mean, we don't even have all the members anymore.
No.
We've lost some folks here recently, but it's crazy of what Kiss has become, and again, they weren't like these just overwhelming musicians. They weren't, but man, they were so fun. They were so incredibly fun, and Steven, your favorite Kiss song?
Shout it, shout it, shout it out loud.
Fair enough.
Yep. And then Rock and Roll All Night.
I'm okay with that. I Was Made for Loving You's got to be up there for me.
I'm not a fan of Detroit Rock City. I think they've just played that out.
Fair enough. But you got to like how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, I think I will go. I Was Made for Loving You, my favorite Kiss song. And that was from the Disco album.
Yeah.
I'm not a disco guy. Kiss, man. Legendary.
All
and
right.
I hope you have a legendary birthday, buddy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I have a question for everybody going out the door. And think about this. Did the WCW and WWE and TNA wrestler, did Sting paint his face after Kiss, or did Kiss paint their face after Sting?
Oh, well, Kiss was here decades before Sting was.
Makes you think, because they both had the white face paint.
Yeah, Sting had the day glow back in the day and the fun colors and, the blonde hair and then, had the crow look and then he went to the red and black NWO and then he had the Joker look and he had several different looks. But, man, Kiss, man, back in the day. That's, the whole hype of Kiss came like when I was like a little guy.
Yeah.
I was born in 1975. I was a little guy. And so it was kind of fading out then. But man, just to see like my older cousins and family members and stuff and older friends that I've got, when they talk about Kiss or something comes like, dude, they light up.
Yeah.
About Kiss. Oh man, Kiss. I'll say this, Steven. There's not too many bands I wish that I'll take that back. There's a lot of bands I wish I could have seen. Kiss is one of them. I always wanted to see Kiss and just, never happened. Just never happened, man.
All right, Heath, we are done with the 2025 season of college football. When we turn the page to 2026, briefly give me your prediction of who is playing in the national championship game, and then I will give you mine.
Well, we know that Miami is spending big bucks. We know that Miami was trying to get Ty Simpson for about $6 million or $6.5 million. So we know they're spending big down there. I don't know what all they're going to be bringing back. And I know it's going to be hard to replace the DN. There's no way those DNs are coming back.
No.
Bane, good Lord. I fell in love with Bane this year. He was so fun to watch. I think Ohio State will be a player. I think Miami could be a player. I think Notre Dame. I don't know. I've heard Notre Dame hasn't done too well in the portal.
Right. They have not.
So I'm going to throw Notre Dame out. Steven, I'm going to have to do some homework. I'm going to have to answer this question tomorrow. And I will do that homework today. Who do you think will be there next year?
I'm feeling good this morning. I'm feeling energetic. I do not feel a year older, so I'm going to make a bold prediction. It will not be a traditional blue blood again. I am going Texas Tech.
Wow.
Oregon Ducks two teams with the NIL and the portal era that are spending their money. I am going with Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, and the Oregon Ducks.
Interesting. I thought of a name right before you answered, and I thought you were going to steal it, and you didn't. I was thinking Texas Longhorns. Like, I'm trying to go through the SEC and think who's going to be really good. Like, I think Ole Miss is going to take a step back.
Yes.
And how could you not? You had so much great talent. You know, I just don't see it going. You lost some of your coaches. You got a new head coach. There's some fluctuation. You don't know what's going to happen at quarterback. There's a lot of unanswered questions right now.
Heath, Texas is going to Texas regardless.
See, that's what I always feel like. I've been saying that for years. Texas is going to Texas.
Yeah.
Texas cannot get out of their own way. Their boosters cannot let them get out of their own way.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, it's the typical too many chefs in the kitchen. I mean, it's just yikes. Yikes.
Heath, if it is Oregon, next year, that will be 4 in a row that the Big Ten will be in the national championship game. It has been Michigan. It has been Ohio State. And now it is the Indiana Hoosiers. Congratulations to the Big Ten for catching up to the SEC. But, buddy, you still got a long way to go to catch the SEC.
Man, think about this, Stephen. What if Texas and Texas Tech make it to the finals next year?
Yep.
Wow. And I'll say this. I wonder how many SEC people would cheer for Texas.
Probably not many.
You know nobody in Norman is. You know nobody down in Aggie Land is, down in College Station.
Probably nobody in Tuscaloosa, because the last time they faced off against Texas, Bama lost.
So, I mean, wow, that's where we are now, man.
Yeah.
This is insane. You know what? I'm gonna kind of put that out there. I don't believe in all that. Put that out there in the world, but you know what? I'm gonna put it out there. Texas and Texas Tech. You know what? This will be easy to remember the show because Stephen, folks, we'll come up with something, and I'll ask Stephen like, "Hey, did I predict that a couple of months ago?" And sometimes Stephen knows, sometimes he doesn't. But you know what, Stephen? This is your birthday. I might even remember this one. If Texas and Texas Tech make it, I'll say, hey, it was either like your birthday or it was like a national holiday. It was something special that I made that prediction.
Yeah.
But yeah, Texas and Texas Tech national title next year. This time next year.
And Heath, can you only imagine what that would do to the blood pressure of Texas A&M Aggies?
I would also say the rest of the SEC if Texas Tech happens to win it.
Right.
I don't know.
Because A&M was just that close this year, man. They were that close, and then they were the first SEC team to get ousted.
You know, sorry. Look at all the teams Miami beat in the playoff.
Yes.
Or you can say the rest of the year. I mean, a Penn State game.
A&M, Ohio State, Ole Miss. And then they came up short against Indiana.
Man, like all of those teams are like, we should have been played in the national title game. We should have been played in the national title game. And just think if Miami would have won it last night.
Yeah.
All those teams were like, we'd have been national champs. We'd have been national champs.
And Heath, the last thing I will say about this, it's all about the matchups.
Oh, yeah. Always has been.
Ole Miss did not match up well with Miami. And the reason is Miami dictated how they played the game. If it would have been up and down the field the entire game, give that to Ole Miss.
All day.
But it started out with controlling the football for Miami and playing smash mouth, beat you down your throat. And once again, the depth got tired at Ole Miss, and Carson Beck was able to scamper into the end zone with nobody chasing him to advance them to the national championship game.
Steven, I want to talk about a couple of things really, really quick about the game last night. One, I thought the refs screwed Indiana like all night on calls. There were some late hit calls. There was a targeting call.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pass interference calls that weren't called. Like, there were a lot of calls that if Indiana got half of them, that game's a blowout last night.
Yeah.
That game is a blow. If they just got half the calls.
Yes.
And they didn't. And I kept sitting there thinking, I'm like, I had to look it up twice. I was like, they said it was Big 12 officials, but this looks like an SEC
Right.
officiated game. I kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it. But, yeah, they just couldn't. But can we talk about how crazy, insane when that ball was like on the 12-yard line, 13-yard line, it was 4th and 5, and he calls a timeout. I'm like, why are you burning a timeout here? It's a no-brainer. Kick the ball. And I was like, why are you going for it on 4th and 5? 5 inches, I get it. Go for it. 4th and 5?
Right.
And they came out and they spread the ball out or spread the team out, got the receiver spread out, and called a draw. And
Mendoza went
goodness.
right. I mean, just touchdown.
And I made the post as soon as – and I was watching late. I was like 15, 20 minutes late watching the game last night. So I was catching up. I was speeding through the commercials, and I was watching it. So the game was over, and I still had like 4 minutes left or whatever it was. So I literally had to put my phone down and not look at it at all. My phone's buzzing like crazy. Like, not looking. And to finish it out. But, man, that call right there, as soon as I saw it, I started making the post. And I didn't want to post it if Miami came back.
Right.
But when he was outstretched, when Mendoza was outstretched for that touchdown, the very first thought of my mind is they're going to build a statue of Mendoza outstretched. That's going to be a statue outside of Indiana University Memorial Stadium.
Yep.
That's going to be a statue of that play. And he's going to be hanging out, he's a Heisman Trophy winner. And another thing I thought about last night, Diego Pavia, you can say whatever you want to about the Heisman voters, but Fernando Mendoza is the best player in college football this season, and there's not a doubt. And don't get me wrong, because I love some Diego Pavia, but Fernando Mendoza is the best player in college football, and it's not even close this year.
Heath, just think, man. Just think real quick how bad, or if you've got any kind of injury or hurting today, think about Fernando Mendoza and all of those late hits that gentleman took last night, especially on the one where he reached the football out. The Miami guy hit him right in between the shoulder blades. Whoo, I just knew he was injured on that one, dude. I was like, get up, Fernando. Come on, man, get up. You got to. That jarred me.
I'm telling you, man. And that's going to be the statue that they make of him. And he'll probably talk about that because everyone wants to talk about that touchdown. No one asked me how my back felt after that hit.
But, dude,
he did get drilled on that play.
I mean, when he walked over to the sideline, he looked a little dazed. And he told his teammates, he was like, no, don't touch me right now. I'm hurting. No, don't touch me. Because I was watching the Skycast, and the Skycast pans to the sideline of whoever scores. When he went over there and took his helmet off, he was telling everybody, no, don't touch me. I'm hurting right now. Don't touch me.
Jeez Louise.
I was like, and the trainer did this right here, right after he got off the field. And he was like, and then looked at the trainer and said, and then he patted him on the shoulder and said, good to go. But he sure did. The trainer did this right here, right as he came off the field. He was the first guy.
Jeez Louise. I'll say one thing. I don't remember a more hard-hitting game in the national championship than last night. Like, if I really sat down and looked at it and looked at all the matchups and went back, I was like, that one might have been. But I don't remember a game where the defenses just teed off on offenses all night. And at the same time, that offensive line would, after a play or two, were like, you know what, I'm about to run over your butt right here.
Yeah.
And, man, they just beat the snot out of each other last night. That was a beautiful game.
And
it was just beautiful.
Did you see the stuff that really showed the nastiness of Miami? Number 4, the running back for Miami, after the final whistle, took a shot of a punch to one of the Indiana players. That was so tacky at the end of that game. That was so tacky by Miami.
Yeah, well, Miami's not really been known for sportsmanship and class over the decades. And that's why some people thoroughly enjoy them and like them.
Yes.
I think I shared this on the show yesterday. We watched my older son. He's in high school. He's a freshman in high school. And we watched the U and the U Part 2 this weekend. And he was just laughing at some of the stuff that he did. Little did I know my 7-year-old, who also plays football, this will be his first year in pads coming up this year. He was watching more than I thought he was, because he told me last night he's going for Miami. I was like, why are you going for the Miami? And he said, because I like how they dance and everything. They're funny. And I was like, I guess you were watching and paying attention. But, Miami, people like Miami because of the brashness and the swag and over the top and, things. Some people don't care for it. But anytime you punch somebody after the final play because you lost, that's small time, man. That's small time.
I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Wow.
And that was on Scott Van Pelt last night. I was watching. I was like, man, you're so ticky-tack for that, man.
You should share that on the Stingray Show page. Wow.
I'm like, man, and that was number 4. I mean, he was a well-known player. That was number 4. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns last night. And Mama in the stands wearing her funny sunglasses.
And I'm just like,
up, having a good time.
I'm just like, man, that was so ticky-tack. That was so trashy.
So, football.
Win with class, man. Win or lose with class. That's all I say.
Some people can't, man. Some people can't. I just, man, I'm gonna save my thoughts. Save my thoughts.
Yes.
I'm gonna save a lot of my thoughts.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking all the things that you guys are thinking.
All right. So Heath, that is going to put a wrap on the birthday special of the Stingray Show. Thank you for all of my birthday wishes from Heath, Chris Lee. And then, of course, we've got both Johns here on the Stingray Show. And really do want to thank all of you guys for joining here on the Stingray Show.
And don't forget K-Bug. She wished you happy birthday, too.
K-Bug, yes, as well. And we will see you again tomorrow morning right back here on the Stingray Show. I do not have a guest lined up, but I will be working on that as soon as we finish up. And so we will be back here at 8:15 in the morning. I'm going to go celebrate my birthday right now, and we will catch you tomorrow on the next edition of the Stingray Show.
Hey, Stephen, what are you having for lunch and dinner today on your birthday?
I'm actually going out to lunch. We are actually, my parents and I are heading up there. As soon as we finish, we are going to Bessemer to the one of the staples of Alabama, the Bright Star.
The Bright Star. That's what we should call you for the rest of the day. The Bright Star, Stephen Ray.
Thank you. And I'm probably going to have one of their delicacies, one of the things that they are known for. And don't throw up when I say this, they are known for their snapper throats.
Okay, I was thinking you were about to say, Rocky Mountain oysters, like Stephen.
No, but they're known for their snapper throats. So I'm thinking about getting that.
And K-Bug just chimed in. You're most welcome. You are most welcome, Miss K-Bud.
Yep. So, well, thank you to all who tuned in today, and we will catch you on the Wednesday edition of the Stingray Show. Heath, can you believe tomorrow we're already at Wednesday?
Oh, I definitely can believe it. And Stephen, I hate the cold, but I always want my kids to have fun with it. I went and spent some money at South Haven Supply yesterday. Bought 4 sleds for the kids. So we ready for the snow, man. We ready.
Oh, fingers crossed, but I will tell you this. Every model run continues to show West Alabama getting an ice storm. We don't need that.
Stephen, we'll talk about this in detail tomorrow, but I've always heard ice storms, if it was just a 1 to 2 degrees colder, it's snow.
Yes, correct.
But due to like 1, 2, or 3 degrees difference, it's ice.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So pray for us that we don't have an ice storm, because that would be crippling for West Alabama and the Tuscaloosa area.
Brother, I survived the ice storm of 93 and 94. If you don't know about it, feel free to Google the Memphis ice storm in 93 and 94. Yeah. Yikes. We were out of school for like 4 weeks. It was intense.
Oh my gosh.
It was intense. Dude, at the end of the school year, I still had friends who did not have power. They were taking cold showers with a flashlight because they still didn't have electricity. And it was May. It was the middle of May. Yeah, and that storm happened back in February.
I don't even want to think about that, man.
Yeah, so many. I had a teacher that would cook her meals in the home ec room and take them home because they didn't have electricity after school.
Wow.
There were multiple teachers and students that would come to school before school or stay after school to take their showers. Yeah, I mean, it was insane here in the Memphis area.
Okay.
Insane.
Heath, catch you tomorrow on the Stingray Show. I'm going to go celebrate my birthday, and I wish that you were here so that we could celebrate as well, my friend.
I wish I could get out of my responsibilities of all the crap I got to do today, because I would love to have some fun and goof around and do all that. But hey, we've done that here for the last 90 minutes.
Over 90 minutes, man. Got to go. All right, you're getting choked up, and on that note, we are done, man.
Hey, since it's your birthday, I'll let you steal my line. Take us out.
Sayonara. See you tomorrow morning right here on the Stingray Show. And the birthday boy is out.
Happy birthday, Stephen.
Thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Ferguson of South's Finest Meats, the official sponsor of the Stingray Show, has a message for you.
Everything we do here is fresh and custom made, custom to order. I tell people when they come in, if you don't see what you like, ask somebody. We've got the capability to process it, make it. If you want a different blend of hamburger meat, we'll do your brisket blend. We'll do your chuck blend. We'll do your sirloin blend. We do all that right here. We are a butcher shop. That's what we do. So please don't be afraid to ask if you don't see what you like. We can make you any size patty you want. We can make you any amount you want. People call me and say, well, how many patties come in the box? Well, ma'am, how many would you like in a box? You want 12, we'll put 12. You want 25, we'll put 25.
That's just one of the many things that South's Finest Meats has to offer, the official butcher shop of the Stingray Show. It's a new year, and now is the best time to review your insurance policies. With a helpful customer service team here to serve you in Alabama and over in Mississippi for all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs, call the Jeff Nee Agency of Alpha Insurance to create a customized plan to protect your family's home and autos. You can stop by his office at 3428 McFarland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or simply call 205-462-8192, or call the number on your screen right there. And remember, with Alpha Insurance, the more you protect it, the more you save. Reach out to the Jeff Nee Agency of Alpha today for all of your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs.